Hello everyone, hope you all well in this critical time or the crisis hours of COVID-19. Today we have another topic of the energy resources, or we can say that how or why the energy sector is the key to India's growth. So definitely we will discuss about the energy sector, which is going to contribute to the Indian economy, and we can say that it is really a key factor or the key sector to the India's growth. So definitely energy is very important in all the aspect, all the respect for the economic development of the country. So today I'm here among you, Sandeep Gautam, Assistant Professor, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, Tulaj Institute, Dehradun. So this picture actually represents why the energy sector is the key to India's growth. Definitely. This picture represents a number of terms by which you can indicate that definitely the energy sector is directly proportional to the growth of any country. And when we talk about India's growth, then definitely energy is playing a very and the most important role in the development of the nation. So today we are going to discuss about the things that we have a key factors. First we have a powering the Indian economy. How it is going to contribute to the Indian economy. How it is going to boost the Indian economy. What is the contribution of the energy to the economic growth? Building moment. What are the building momentum by which we can contribute to the development of the nation, the future of renewable energy resources and reform the matters. So one by one we will discuss about it. When we talk about the powering the Indian economy, definitely India's energy consumption has doubled since the year 2000 and it is expected to more than double by 2040. Today we are in the era of 2040. Definitely it will be doubled because the growth is going to be doubled and the population is also going to be increased day by day. So definitely the energy need is also very much at the required level. So it will be considered that in 2040 India's economic or the energy consumption would be doubled in 2040, which will account for 1/4 of the global increase in the same period. So per capita electricity consumption in the country is less than that of Africa's and 1/10 of the America's level. So when we compare India's energy demand with the two most important countries, most valuable or the economical countries like Africa's and America, then definitely we have a nice relationship between these both of the country. So per capita electricity consumption in the country is less than that of the Africa's and 1/10 of the America's level. In fact, even though India is the third largest market in terms of the gross electricity generation, it is still, we can say, has almost 250 million peoples without access to power. It is a huge amount, that 250 million people without access to power. Rectifying this situation will be critical to ensure that India's economic grow fivefold by 2040, and the policies such as Make in India, Skill India and Digital India are a success. So energy and electricity growth will therefore becomes crucial for powering the country's future. So number of policies formed by the Indian governments like Make in India product, Skill India and Digital India. Next, when we talk about the building momentum, so definitely India's government is aware of the magnitude of this challenge, and in 2014 announced a huge focus on transforming the energy sector. Only a couple of years after this announcement, there is already evidence to suggests progress is being made. So domestic coal production is up. The country's renewable target have increased. As the domestic coal production is very high, so definitely the country's renewable target have increased. So there has been a big push for energy efficiency. For example, by increasing the use of LED lighting, the financial restrictions program have been launched. And a number of programs has been announced by the Indian government. One of the most important program is Uday program, UDAY, Uday program, which was recently launched, could be a game changer for the countries as it is aimed at revitalizing and returning the buying power of the weakest link in the electricity supply chain. The state electricity board SEBs, this could result in these SEBs buying 15,000 megawatt of unsold power in the system today, and also providing electricity to 250 million people who do not have access to electricity. So target is being achieved by the government because of the number of schemes has been introduced like Uday program. Okay, the scheme will help the SEBs, means state electricity boards, to bridge the existing latent demand of consumer and the unsold capacity of the power developers. I hope you are getting my point. Next we have the future of renewables. So two kind of the energy we are using, renewable and non-renewable, but the future of renewable energy is what it mean by. So renewable energy will also play a huge part in India's economic growth. If India is to reach the target of 40% renewables by 2040, so approximated the cost of approximately 120 to 130 billion dollars will be required for implementing of its renewable energy target of approximately 175 gigawatt by 2022. Okay. So the requirement is based upon the population growth basically, and we have to understand the resources available with us which we can use again and again. So that's why we are targeting on the renewable sources. That's why we called it as the future of renewable. So the magnitude of the task can be judged by taking a look at India's entire infrastructure sector debt, which is around $190 billion. So India needs to go beyond its restricted financing mechanism and look at more prudent options such as bonds, capital market and investment trusted and scrutinized loan. So we have to focus on these terms like the bonds, capital markets and investment trusted. Okay. Last but not the least, we have reforming that matter. What could it contribute to the development of the nation? So infrastructure debt funds and other tools specifically aimed at attracting financial for low carbon project and high efficiency technology. So when we talk about the high efficiency technology, means we are talking about the production of the energy by which we can use the electronics gadgets and all the requirement of the energy related fulfill the requirement. But it should be a contradictory part. We have to see that low carbon project, definitely we have to deal with the low carbon project and high efficiency technologies. Loan for a longer tenure and attempt to carve out renewable energy as a separate and priority sector are some of the key measures that will help the country ramp up its capacity. So many leaders, specifically non-financial banking companies, are still not providing long-term loans to the peoples, and tenure is also restricted to 12 to 15 years for a renewable energy sector. So we have to increase it. If we would increase it, definitely it will attract the investors towards the renewable energy sources. Okay, so institutions under the Ministry of Power should provide longer tenure loans of up to 25 years. So at least 25 years loans to be provided by the government or the small institute, so that the investors can be attracted by these policies. Okay, so matching the assets life and the power sales agreement to make more project financially viable at lower traffic and make the sector attractive for investment. Okay, so definitely it will ensure you for the electrification will ensure a bright future for the India. So this is all about when we talk about how energy is contributing to the developing nation. So definitely we have a key factors where exactly I discussed with you people about the powering the Indian economy, building momentum, the future of renewable and the reforming that matter. So we have a quotation, if you want to act green, first think green. Definitely we have to think green first, and then after we have to act for it, so that we can produce the eco-friendly nature or eco-friendly environment to the nation. Okay, so this is all about this class, and we have references by which we from which we have taken this data, and after that we have discussed it with you. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.